So you haven't found true love because everyone around you is controlling your love life. We're Day and Megan, and this is why you suck at dating. So, I've noticed a pattern. We both have noticed a pattern when it comes to people, which is that they people please because they have somebody else in mind when they're maneuvering through life. With everything that they do, almost when it comes to the career that they choose and when it comes to the person that they're dating or the person that they marry. They're not going within to actually figure out why they even want a specific type of person.
And they may realize that they're people pleasing, or they may not.
Yeah, they may not. Usually they don't. And if they do, they're enslaved to it and they don't know why they're enslaved to it.
Or they think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
They think it's a good thing.
Because they trust the person's opinion. And you have to understand that people may have your best interests at heart, but they don't know what's for you. Because how can they? They're not you.
You might not even know what's for you.
A lot of times you don't. And a lot of people, like, they haven't figured it out for themselves. So the advice that they give, they're giving it from a very warped perspective. Because even if they want the best for you, they haven't found the best for them. So how can they be giving you advice? And you have to become so aware of how other people think that you can look at their life and say, you know what? You don't even have it figured out. So why would I take your advice? So you have to become like...
And confident with that.
Yes, confident with that. Do you want to speak on confidence, actually?
Yeah.
Let's dive right into that. Do you want to go?
Yeah, I mean, I think after you become aware, like there's being aware and then there's being confident with it. I think you can be aware of what you want, but then if you have somebody that you value their opinion and certain things, or you look at social media, or you look at different areas to find to give you advice instead of going within, like he's saying, then you can still say, okay, but I think this is what it is, but how do I know for sure? I need somebody to tell me. I need somebody to guide me in this way. And I think we all do that in different aspects of our life, but you can't do that when it comes to your love life, because only you are going to know what's truly best for you.
Yeah, it's true. And in order to get to that point, you have to kind of just ask yourself critical questions. We say it in all of our videos as well, to basically go within and ask yourself these questions that allow you to just like talk to yourself and the person who's observing life. Like, when's the last time you actually sat with yourself and said, what do we want and what do we need? What are our like strengths? What are our weaknesses? And what may be like potential blind spots in the middle? And what is that? Or why do I like the things that I like? Or what is it that I like? Like, even asking yourself, like, what naturally pulls me that is not from like some kind of outside source telling me that I should want that thing or should have that thing. Like, what do you just naturally gravitate towards?
Yeah, I think that's a good point that you said with why do I like the things that I like as well. I think if we go back to what we were saying earlier with like social media, porn, books, just anything that has to do with the media and society today, when you start to analyze it, I think a lot of it goes back to just the influence that we have with how we've grown up.
Yeah, our upbringing. Like, it's like she's saying, a lot of media. It really is a lot of media, and it's family influence. Like, think about how many people are within tight-knit families that are like, you're gonna go and get this type of education and you're gonna marry this type of person. It's like they've already decided for that child, and they've been telling them that for God knows how long. And then that child grows up, becomes an adult, and is thinking the entire time like, this is just what I want. And it's like, no, it's what your parents always told you that is the best for you, because they want the best for you, but they're projecting because they think that that's what success is. They have viewed that in the media, or they saw that like in some other relationship, and they're like, I like that. I wish I had that.
But I was just about to say, do they even have what they're telling you to have? And if they do, are they happy with it?
Yeah, are they happy? That's the point.
That's the key. And I think that goes for the family, and that goes for, well, before we move on from the family, I'll say I've talked to a lot of people, or hear a lot of people that will say, if my family doesn't like them, then
I don't.
It doesn't matter. But what it should first be is, why did you like them in the first place? You should feel confident enough to bring them around your family if you do have a close knit family where you're like, I already know that they're gonna like them. Or if you don't have a close knit family, why does it matter?
Yeah.
Then if they don't like them or they do like them. But either way, you need to have the confidence to say, like, off the bat, if my family's opinion matters to me, I already know that the person I'm with right now, they're gonna like them because I like them, because I'm confident in the choice that I made. Because you could be missing out on something great just because your family, even if you are close knit with them, have a weird perception of them or aren't good at dating. Just because you're close with them doesn't mean that they're good in all aspects of their life. And if they are, then you should be getting advice and be sure for yourself when you bring somebody around.
Yeah, like, even back to what she was saying, like, are they happy? Let's say they are happy. Let's say your parents are happy, or whoever raised you are happy and giving you this advice. What they have is not what you want a lot of times. What their version of happiness is
That's
probably not yours a lot of times, because they're different people, they're unique. And I think that so many people in this age that we live in don't understand the uniqueness of the human being, and how we all are so different from one another, even though we share so much in common as well. And so we don't take into consideration that the advice that we give is nuanced, and like, it doesn't always fully apply, and that we should give advice like sparingly, and that we should be cautious of what we're recommending, and should ask the other person that we're giving advice to or receiving advice from, like, critical questions, in order to understand like where we truly stand and where they stand, so that we can draw the distinct line between us and them. And at that point, you're able to help yourself in those moments when you are receiving that critique or that advice from somebody that you care about and that cares about you. And then you'll be able to discern, what you truly want. And a lot of times you just already know, like, you know what you want, or you know what you need. And
you could be embarrassed or ashamed about it. I think, well, did you have anything else to say?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, you might not trust yourself, and you need to develop this self-trust. If you're always latching at like other people's opinions in order to find some kind of stability, that means you're not living your life. That means everybody else is living your life.
You're living your life.
They're controlling
somebody
you.
else, exactly.
And they're not even probably trying to control you a lot of times. Some people are, but if you hand yourself over to people that way in the first place, you will find people trying to control you, because there's a lot of people out there that are just like bored with their life, I guess. People have tried it with me in the past, tried to be my mentor and stuff like that, and all I saw was that they wanted to make me a mini version of themselves, or what they wanted to do in their life. They wanted to have me do those things so they could kind of like live vicariously through me. And you need to like completely disregard that and figure out what you want, because you're the only one that is living in your shoes. So therefore, you're the only one who can actually make yourself truly happy and satisfied, because you're able to create the life that you want.
Yeah. No, I think I was just going to say with that, if you're living your life for someone else, or you're embarrassed or nervous about whatever you actually do like, a lot of it stems again from, it could not be the family, but media around us. It's like, I think there's a weird, we said it before in one of our other videos, how it's a great time for dating right now, because you have all of these different outlets with the internet and communication, and you can easily talk to anyone across the world if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But with that, there's also this false reality that comes along with the internet. And it's this reality of like, everyone's beautiful, everyone's luxurious, everyone has a ton of money. It's this fake life.
It's a facade.
Yeah, it's a facade. Even if you were to meet a person who looks like they're going on vacation every other weekend, and they have the perfect face, the perfect body, the perfect clothes, and you meet them in real life, they're not most times going to look anything like that lifestyle that they present onto social media. So if you're looking at couples that are doing things on social media, or you have a crush on social media, or just a person that's an ideal person for you, like, wow, this person, I would definitely want my significant other to be like this person.
Yeah.
It's most times a lie.
Yeah,
and so then when you take that perception into the world and you're looking around at the dating scene and you're just like, there's nobody here. This is the person I want. But the person that you want is fake. Or if you're looking at movies and books and other things that other things that give you a false sense of what a relationship dating should be like, you're going to take that into a relationship and say, well, she needs to act like this. She's not a freak like this. She doesn't do this. I don't want it. But that's fake. That's porn. Or if you're looking at a man and you're like, he needs to be this romantic. He needs to do this, 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 this. Again, fake.
You know that's considered porn too? I looked that up. That's porn. No. Yeah. Porn is like all these different categories. I was like,
really?
yeah, it is. Yep. Porn is so many different things.
No,
I got educated on it not too long ago. I was like, dang, that's porn. Everybody is a porn addict then. Like literally. Because it's
no,
like,
I didn't know that.
it's whatever like gives you a high release of dopamine that kind of pulls out this erotic side from you, even if it's just words or even if it doesn't seem like it's sexual. It's like a lot of stuff is porn.
Okay.
It's so
that's
nuanced.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. Well, yes, I guess porn in all aspects then. Everybody, and that's the definition, consumes porn one way or another. So if you're going into life with that set of eyes, then you're easily going to think that this is what I want, this is what I need, and you're not going to find it. You're not going to see it. So you're, again, still living your life for somebody else because it's a different reality than what is actually real.
Yeah, it's so true. And like, even if, let's play devil's advocate again, if those lives were real on there and it wasn't just entertainment, what does it have to do with you? Like, that's not what you even chose. You're just consuming it, your subconscious is downloading it, and you're like going out into the world and applying it and saying, yeah, I think this is what I want. But did you sit and ask yourself, is that really what I want? Just because you enjoyed how it looked and how it made you feel while you were looking at it, or because it's popular, trendy, like, have you sat with yourself and really asked, do I really want that, or was it just?
Really want this
did it seem just nice? Like, did it
kind
seem
of
cool
like
to
how
watch?
everybody wants to be a rapper. These days,
or just a music artist in general.
Yeah, just a music artist. Everyone wants to be a music artist, but nobody really would want to actually live that lifestyle. It's just a few people who would want to do all that work, be on go all the time. It's like a lot that goes into that. Or a model. Everybody wants to be a model, but that's a lot of work.
It's sacrifice.
It's a lot of sacrifice and work.
And barely any reward.
Yeah, nobody wants that in real life. They just think that that's what they want because that's the trendy thing.
Oh, and to that point, what you see, and this is a great point, what you see in entertainment when it comes to your favorite music artists, I promise that is not their life. Like, that's not, I'm not saying that some of them aren't really making money, but it's one, not as much as you thought most times, and then two, they're not that image that they're portraying. They are playing a character purposely so that they can create a brand that seduces everybody because it's arts and entertainment. That's the purpose of it. It's psychologically like captivating on purpose. So when it comes to entertainment, whether it's, like actual porn or just us watching like an innocent film and we see a relationship that we potentially want or we think we want, that still is not real. Like, it's made in order to make you just feel in the moment, and it's supposed to be separated from reality. It is fiction. The same way that Lord of the Rings is not real. It's not supposed to be applied. It's probably principles that you can take potentially, but you have to watch out for what you even take from media because, again, it's not real.
It's designed, like you kind of said, to just give you a dopamine high.
That's it.
And that's what you're looking for in love at that point, is a dopamine high, and that's not real love. That's not real dating.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to get back to dating for yourself and not for other people or other feelings or other influences around you.
Yeah, you can't. If you do, again, you're not in control of your life. And so one thing that I actually want to recommend, we were going to talk about this in a separate video, but I think that is so appropriate right here, is the Enneagram. And we're going to be touching on that a lot throughout some of our videos and stuff like that. And we actually talk to people about this in detail in our program, but right now I'll give you like the general overview.
Sneak peek.
Yeah, a sneak peek. And you'll be able to utilize it. So I'm really giving you a gem right now. Like, you can go and apply this today. So the Enneagram, if you haven't heard of it already, is basically like it's sacred geometry originally, and you can understand a lot of life in general, but you can understand your personality type. And there's a lot of different personality type tests and stuff out there, but this isn't about taking a test. This isn't about that. I forgot what the other one is called that's popular, but this one is basically, it's very ancient, and it gets down to the root of who you are so that you can self-reflect and become a better version of yourself. That's what this, the Enneagram is not meant for that, but the Enneagram for personality types is meant for that. So to put it very simply, everybody has their own unique personality type, and there's 9 of them according to the Enneagram. And there's nuances within each one, each personality type, each of the 9. And you having a unique personality needs to be able to self-reflect, and the Enneagram helps you hold up a mirror to yourself so that you can make necessary adjustments. So when you make these adjustments, what ends up happening is that you realize that you were always in control of your life, and that you basically didn't have the awareness to be able to see what you weren't in control of, or that you let go of your control, or you submitted your control to. So it's usually outside influences and your ignorance. So when you utilize the Enneagram, you can utilize this book. I'll actually go grab it right now. It's called The Wisdom of the Enneagram. Give me 1 second. It's this one right here. I recommend this to everybody. The Wisdom of the Enneagram. Just type it in and you'll see it. I think they got the PDF online. I'll try to put it in the link so you can download it and have it for free. That, like, basically when I started using it and when she started using it, we were able to see who we truly were, and we were already well on our journey when it came to self-development, but it met us where we were at, and it showed us certain aspects of ourselves where we were plateaued, and we were able to, like, overcome those plateaus with the help of the book. And it's not trying to read you and tell you some kind of future version of yourself by giving you some kind of fortune or something mystical.
No.
It's really just, it's basic principles, and it's based off of patterns of seeing different people's, like, the trajectory of their life. They've analyzed so many people throughout time in order to see it.
And it gives you, to that point, examples of people.
Yes, it does.
Which I thought was so cool. It gives you people that are low, and it gives you people that are really high.
Yeah.
I am a type 6, and I have George Costanza.
From Seinfeld.
And I also have... Why am I blanking on his name?
Oh, you're Malcolm X.
Yeah, and Malcolm X. I was about to say Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah. Oh, Frankie Nunez?
No, I was just saying Malcolm. I was like, it's not Malcolm in the Middle. Yeah. Malcolm X. So
I forgot who I got.
2 contrasts right there, but I can resonate with both of them, and so it kind of shows, like, where you're at or where you could be, or like lower, or where you could be higher. And it gives you great examples. So it's a really good tool.
Yeah, it's a good tool. It's a great tool. I highly recommend it. Like I said, I am going to, actually, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to find the PDF. It's there. Oh, it's on my laptop. I have it for you. I'm going to put it in the description so you can have it for free. It's the whole book. So when you utilize that, you're able, basically back to our point that we're making, is that you won't have to depend on anybody to actually tell you who you are. And the book is not telling you who you are. It's just helping you based off of who you already are.
And who you can become.
And who you could become.
It's really cool.
Yes,
it's very, very cool. Not saying like, oh, you will become this person on this day, like telling your future, like he said, but just the type of person that you could become at your best.
Yeah.
And then it shows you other people that are compatible with you and things like that. And that doesn't mean you go and ask somebody like, so what's your Enneagram type when you first talk to them?
Yeah.
But just the type of person, you kind of start to see like, oh, I like this. I actually do like this, or I don't like that.
Yeah.
So it gives you some insight to where you can start to build some self-confidence.
Yeah. And you need boundaries. You need an overall awareness of where you stand. And when you understand where you stand as a human being, truly, like from the depth of your soul, like this is what I truly believe in, not because it's been propagated to me, but I actually did the work and I understand me as a person uniquely. And this is why I've always been this way, based off of like the Enneagram and stuff like that. I've been this way because this is just how I'm designed. And this is a good thing. Then you're able to say, I'm going to strive to have these types of people in my life and surround myself with this type of information, because it's only going to help me become a better person for my specific type, because I need to get to this point where I overcome so much that I haven't overcame yet.
Yeah.
And as you start climbing towards that, you take control of your life, and you realize again that you've always been in control, and you forfeited it to other people in your environment, people that might have had your best interest, like I said, or some people that haven't. And that's what you need in order to actually self-develop and get what you want out of life. I look around at so many people who don't have great love lives. We both look at them and we're like, it's because they don't understand themselves.
Yeah, I think it goes back to, well, did you have anything else to say with that? I think it goes back to not trying to do things for dating, but trying to do things for the betterment of yourself, and then getting to a place where it's like, now I'm here and this is just what automatically happens. I find someone or I meet someone that is at the same stage in life as me. But when you are low tier, all you're going to attract is low tier people.
Yeah.
So the dating scene's just going to suck for you until you upgrade. And when you upgrade, it's not upgrading saying, I'm going to upgrade because I want to find the best person. That's not true.
It's not.
That's not true growth. It's, I'm going to upgrade because I want to be the best person. And then at that point, somebody else who also wants to be the best person, you guys come together and you meet. And then you guys are both the best people together.
Yeah. And that's actually the beauty of the Enneagram when you dive into like the deeper aspects of this stuff, because there's surface level things that will help you truly change. I haven't even like dove into all the depths of all this stuff that's in the back pages. Is so much. There's like even, where is it at? There's like, like diagrams and stuff to show you how to reconnect with yourself on here. And basically it's telling you that you're not your personality type. So she's type 6, I'm type 5. It's telling you, even though that is who you are, you don't need to become attached to that personality type, because all of the personality types have the ability to become the most flawed version of themselves, or like a stagnant version of themselves, or somebody who is like really climbing on their spiritual ascension journey. And you need to look at everybody's in order to understand humanity in general and utilize the different aspects of the positives in each personality type. So for her, when I met her, she has so many things that I didn't possess as a character, and she still does. Like, for example, her patience with our daughter is like impeccable. I've never really seen that in parents. And so I know they exist, but I haven't seen it with my own eyes. So I think that she's one of the best moms. I really do. And she gets excited when I say that. It's true. And when I am losing my patience, because our daughter is like peak toddler right now, like even her, she's just be like, when she looks at me, but she still is patient. She doesn't get aggressive with her or anything at all. And sometimes, since I have to be the stern parent at moments, I'm stern with my daughter, but I also feel the real annoyance behind the sternness sometimes, and I have to back up and be reminded. And the only thing that reminds me is her character. Even when she's not around, I'm holding myself accountable to how she is. And I'm like, what would she do? Like in these moments. And that's me utilizing the positive version of the type 6 and who she worked to become as a type 6, because she could be the opposite, but she's worked to become this super patient person in many areas of life. And this is vital with raising a kid. So I am able to apply that only because I see how she's maneuvering. So your partner needs to be a self-aware person as well. Mm-hmm. And the only way, like she said, to get a self-aware person is for you to be a self-aware person. Yes. And you can't be self-aware if you're trusting in everybody else's opinions, mm-hmm. because everybody else is using their own awareness, which may not even be a reality, in order to project some kind of false version of what your reality should be onto you. Mm-hmm. And now you're a puppet on strings. Mm-hmm. You have anything to say to that?
No, just I completely agree with that. I think if we were to go like even deeper for a second, you could see that society has been shaped a certain way because of higher powers, whatever you want to call it, that have shaped our society a different way. And our culture is the way it is because somebody wants it to be that way. Yeah. You know, so it's like
a conspiracy. She loves the conspiracy. I do too. I taught her that.
He did. He did. But with that, that just goes even deeper to say, like, why do I even enjoy watching these shows, listening to this music, whatever it is that kind of turns you into the person that you've become. Look back and see like who you were before you started kind of taking all that in, and that is a key to get you to your true self. Because it's like once we become older and we start taking in all this information from all different types of forms, TV and music and social
just
media,
our community, like especially school, like that's.
And
what...
I think school does it because all the kids are taking in the same information at the same time, so it's just like they're all feeding off of each other, but it's all coming from a specific place. Nobody's bringing their authentic selves and giving you authentic things. It's
media.
Yeah, it's just media. So it's like, think about who you were before that, tap into that person before you started ingesting all that media, and seeing who you were at your true authentic self.
Oh, let's touch on religious like views and political views as well. That's like super big. Because we know many people, and even it was me too in the beginning, and you too, growing up in a religious home, you know, me with my grandparents and then her with her parents. It kind of like for us in our specific story, not to get into it deep at all, we both basically rebelled. We were rebellious, and we're like the black sheep of the family. So, you know, we kind of just snatched away from all of that stuff, but then we came back around to it once we had our own like spiritual awakening because we chose to, and we got pulled into the religion. But when we did, we didn't have a true understanding of what we wanted outside of the religion. We kind of knew a little bit, so we did attract each other, but at the same time, we thought that the basis for why we even ended up together, aside from our like-mindedness, was the religion mainly. We thought that was the pillar, until we got over that and we realized like, oh, something else actually holds us together. It's all this other stuff, and it's really who we are morally and some other things that are really firm in our life. It
goes back to go ahead.
Yeah, so when your parents or somebody projects that onto you and you view your life this way and you think that is correct, you can like, we got really lucky when it comes to us, like in our story, but you can have shut out somebody in your life because they didn't match with you religiously because your parents raised you a certain way. Like, I even think about extremely religious people that come from a land where everybody is that religion. Like, you know, in certain places in Africa, like Nigeria, for example, it's just straight Christians and straight up Muslims. And both of them are just like, that's what it is. So the Christians don't date Muslims and vice versa. And then when they go out into the world and see all these other things, they're like, I'm sticking with my people. I'm not trying to, like, what do you stand on? Are you a Christian or are you a Muslim? And if you're not, like, I'm not trying to date you. I'm radical about this. And so, and you have that in India as well, in a lot of places in India. And there's like, you have to break away from that and understand that you were handed that by somebody. And I'm not trying to take you away from your religion. I'm still like, you can respect your religion and I respect it. However, you have to understand what you want beyond that, because that's not you. It's just an extension of you. It's not the core of who you are, and it's not the core of the person that's out there for you.
Yeah. It's like West Side Story. I don't know if you guys have seen that
I haven't
movie.
watched it in a long time, so please remind me too.
Basically, it's a guy is from a gang and a girl is from, well, her family's like from a different gang. And they just think that they cannot date at all because they're from two different gangs. Okay. And
wait, does the guy, is he in a gang?
Yes.
Okay, so he gangbangs.
Yes.
And then she is just a girl who likes gangbangers.
No, her family is
from
also,
a separate gang.
Yes.
But
so they're rivals.
Okay, they're right. But he actually is in the gang himself.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Go ahead.
She could be too. I don't remember, but it's like they both come from separate ends.
Okay. She falls in love with a thug.
And they're rivals. And her family, they're thugs too.
I know her family, but I'm saying she's not a thug.
I don't know. She could have been. I can't remember.
Okay.
But either way, they come from two separate ends. And that was their identity. But it wasn't their real identity. The real identity was who they were at their true authentic self. And it's like, just because they were gang members doesn't mean that's who I am. No, they had so many other layers, and that's why they fell in love. So they fell in love, and then he ends up getting shot because it was like a whole thing with their families going back and forth, and nobody wanted them together. He ends up dying.
Dang, spoiler alert. Spoiler
Sorry.
alert, he died. Just to let
You
you know.
told me to refresh your memory.
Yeah, I'm saying for this person
Sorry. I should have said spoiler
Okay, go
alert
ahead,
at
go
the
ahead,
beginning.
go ahead. It's
But
fine.
either way, yes, he ends up dying, and they could have just. They end up, I guess, their families end up resolving things one way or another because of that. But either way, they could have. Their families and everyone could have just easily accepted them together because that was not their identity. It's like race is not our identity, religion's not our identity, political views, those things are not our identity. Our identity is who we are at our authentic self.
Yeah.
And it's like, to not like someone because they're a pedophile, that makes complete sense. But to not want to be with someone because they're Black, they're white, they're Muslim, they're whatever, that does not make sense.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, that's not fair, because you're not looking at the person. You're looking at what they believe or what they claim to be, and that's not who they are. So it's like you're narrowing the dating pool so much when you like start Xing off like all of these different categories instead of Xing off like the things that you connect with deeply. Like, who do you like to play video games? Do you like art? Do you like the things that actually make you you?
Yeah.
Like, I love this type of music. I love doing these types of things. The things that no matter where you are, what culture you're in, that's just who you are.
Yeah. Those things are, I would say, totally fine, and some of them even necessary to identify with when it comes to like, I affiliate myself with that, but it's not the core of who I am. Like, your race, that is necessary in your culture and where you come from. You should have some kind of like sense of identity and pride. But if you're just like, I'm closed off to all other groups because they're not that, or I'm not willing to hear anything from those people and stuff like that, it doesn't make sense. And I know there's history between certain people and certain groups and stuff like that that is very controversial. But when you explore people's personalities, you're able to get back to what I said when it came to us and what we discovered outside of our previous religious affiliation, which is that we discovered early and then later on that we hold on to the same moral principles. Like,
which you
completely.
you maybe wouldn't think because we're from completely different backgrounds.
Yeah, she's from the suburbs, I'm from the hood.
And there's a lot of nuances that go on with that. And you just wouldn't look at our lives like on paper and see like, these two are going to be a great match. Like, you just wouldn't if you just looked at the surface level things of what we identified with. But we are so similar. It's crazy. And we connect so deeply, even though if I would have said like, I don't want to talk to anybody that's not from the suburbs, like, just no.
Yeah, like, you need to come from a great home because
he needs to have a great family,
have money,
all those things. If I wrote down those things that I quote unquote identify with, he needs to have money, he needs to come from a great home, he needs to not have come from like a bad neighborhood, all this stuff that I identify with because that's what my culture is, I would have written him off easily.
Yeah, it was actually very easy for her to write me off if she was that type of person, because when she met me, there was 0% glitz and glamour in my life. Like, the only nice thing is that I had like this older Mercedes Benz, I guess, that my mom had got for like $5,000 from an auction that she let me drive, and it was nice, and she gave it to me. Like, that was the only thing. Everything else was pretty bad. Like, it was a completely different lifestyle than the one she lived. And she opened up her mind and her heart to be like, okay, like, I'm willing to dive into this lifestyle. And she actually lived within it. Like, she left everything and then came to live with me in the trenches. So that, like, if she would have wrote off some of those other things, which she could have, and it would have been understandable. Like, I don't want to live in the hood, bro. It's dangerous. I don't want to live in a messy home. Like, I'm not a messy guy or stinky, but my family had a situation going on. And if she would have came into that environment and was just like, oh no, this is the opposite of what I was raised on, like, bye, then the person that I am, she would have slept on that, and I would have been sad because I'd be like, I saw so much in you, you don't see it in me. And then she'd be like, no, like these are my standards and I'm cool with that. And like I said, you should have standards and boundaries, but when it comes to like you severing off a person because you have these outside sources telling you that this is the way things should be, you haven't really did any self-reflection to understand what you want. She understood at that point, like, no, beyond all of this stuff that's horrible in your life, I want the person. And you want the same thing in me, because her life wasn't great either, even though she's in the suburbs. So you need to comb through your life and realize like not everything is pretty either.
No.
And so you need to give somebody a chance to just basically show up as their vulnerable selves, their authentic selves, and you guys meet as raw human beings and discuss life together so you can see what you truly stand on. And then at that point, you can make a decision.
I think it's the last point that I really have to say is the main point is, how valuable is love to you?
Ooh,
that is the thing that like really
that's good.
Made me brush aside anything else. It wasn't even really a thought, because it was just like, this is the top thing for me. It's more valuable than money. It's more valuable than anything.
It is.
It was just very valuable to me because I knew that with that, everything else would come together. For me, that was the thing. Like, love is the biggest thing, because even if I am rich, am I happy if I'm with someone that I don't love? Like, I just kind of thought about, as I was dating other people, the lifestyle that I would have with those people, even if I went on all these vacations, or even if they have a great family but I don't love them, but their family's nice. Like, does that matter to me if I don't actually truly love the person? And all those things didn't matter if I didn't have love. So it's like, is it more important for this person to have a great family, or for your family to love this person, or whatever? Or is it more important for you to be in love and for you to have love?
Yeah. Like, I can completely say, after being with this person for 11 years, nobody's opinion has reigned supreme in our lives at all. Because to this day, I've only been with this person having to actually do the hard parts of life and the really good parts of life. Like, other people from the outside may come in for a second to enjoy certain things with us, like when they come into our home or if we go somewhere together. But really, it's just us against the world. It really is. And especially during our lowest moments together, it was just like, I'm so happy I have love. Like, I really am. If I didn't have this and it was something that was just like cool on the surface level, but it's because I just signed up for something that I thought would be good instead of really figuring it out for myself, I would have been miserable during those times, because life just hits you at certain moments. It doesn't even have to be circumstantially horrible. It could just be, I'm dealing with a lot as a person and I'm confused right now about where I'm at in life in this moment. And I would like a shoulder to lean on that I could trust. And when you turn and you see that you don't have many people, or if you do have a couple people in your family, they're still not your love. Like, they're not that person. They're not your soulmate.
It doesn't feel
your
the same.
soulmate is the one that's able to be there with you and actually fully feel it and experience it with you, because when you are going through something, they're going through it. Like, their challenges may not be the exact same. Like, when I lost my mother, she wasn't mourning the loss of her mother, but at the same time, she was able to actually meet me where I was at and mourn with me and help me through it, because she is tied to me. Like, my life being affected is directly affecting her life. So she's like, my partner's in trouble, I'm going to help them during this time and do what I got to do whatever I can do. And we've showed up for each other throughout these 11 years with everything that we went through, both bad and good, or just somewhere in the middle. And you need that in your life. And the only reason why most people do not have that is because, again, they're not in the beginning figuring out what they want and what they need. It's truly what you need. When you become self-aware, you realize, like, I'm lacking here and there is no way for me to actually do this. Like, I am incapable, because I am just one person and I don't have not even just enough information, but I'm not built for it. Like, I can never be that. So then you go and source that person. And when you're sourcing that person, you're really just doing life as you normally did life. But now your perspective is like broadened and you're looking at everything from a different angle. So it's the red car theory again. If I tell you to go look for a red car right now while we're out driving, you're going to see all the red cars opposed to not seeing them, even though your subconscious is picking up on them.
Yeah.
So if I'm telling you to consciously do it, you're making that effort. So as I'm telling you this right now, that your soulmate is out there and you have to become self-aware, once you start becoming self-aware, you'll be able to step out into life and you'll be like, that thing that I need, that I'm missing, there it goes right there. And that's the only reason why most people do not find love is because they can't identify it because they don't know what they need.
Yep, I agree.
Did I cook?
Mm-hmm.
Did I cook, Chef? You did too.
Thank you.
Yes. Was that it for you?
Yeah, I think, okay, this is my last point. It's not really a point, it's just a sentence. I would just say, don't let temporary things stop you from finding the permanent thing. Because love is permanent. When you find the real one you're supposed to be with, like, we're locked in. There's no if,
you can't
like,
take this.
Nothing's gonna change this, but circumstances change, families change, money changes, looks change, everything else changes. So all those other things that you may be allowing outside forces to, like, kind of, you know, put in your brain and just be like, well, he needs to have this, she needs to have this, my family needs to think this. All those things can change like that, like instantly.
Yeah.
But the thing that won't change when you find the real person is love. So don't let the temporary things prevent you from getting the permanent thing.
Yep. That love conquers all quote. I don't know who said it. I don't know if it was biblical or what. Wherever it came from, it actually is true.
Remember.
I've tested it out. I don't know either. It's been around probably for the longest, but it's true. Every time in my life with her, love has truly conquered every single thing. Like, even when I didn't know where life was gonna go, and I'm just like, dang, are we screwed right here? Especially when we were younger and we didn't understand what life even was. We're still figuring it out, obviously. But like, when we truly were like, I just don't know, I'm a baby. Like, we just were like, okay, we got each other, and we just made do. Like, when we had no money and it was actually super negative in our account when we started out, we were just like, I don't even know how we got them. We were like scrapping little change together in order to get 20-piece chicken nugget meal just to split it in the park
for a date
while we were living at somebody else's house that didn't want us living in their house. Like, that was our date at the park, and we were just like, I don't know what we're gonna eat next. We got lunch right now. I don't know what's coming for dinner. I don't know what's the next day, but I'm with you, so everything is fine, isn't it? And now on the other hand,
our life is great.
We've made money. We've done all kind of stuff. We've lost money, made money again, had mediocre money. Like, now we're taking care of another person, and we're doing a fantastic job at it. Everybody says it. We see it. And then now we got a dog, and we're taking care of a dog. And so, like, we're just doing life, you know? And the only reason why we are again is because love conquers all. Like, we just hold on to each other and everything just works out.
Yeah,
so if you want that, which I know you do, that's why you're here. And that's why you've reached this point of the video. Just self-reflect and ask yourself what you truly want, and kind of ask yourself, what have others had to say about my life?
Yeah.
What have I allowed others to dictate in my life, whether they personally know you, you know, if it's entertainment or not. Just get a grip on yourself and, again, self-reflect. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. You?
That's all I got.
That's it. I hope you enjoyed today's meal. Come back for the next one.
That was corny.
What? That was no. Come back. I hope it was good.
That was so bad.
No, it was good. You did excellent, chef. I'm your sous chef.
Okay.
Because I don't really know how to cook like that, but I did make breakfast today.
You made breakfast for me today.
I made pancakes
and
potatoes.
It was really good.
But she taught me that recipe.
I did.
And I also almost screwed it up, and then she came in and like did something. So did I really cook? I don't know. And it took me like 3 hours. So
that was like 2.
That's too much. For 2 things, 2 items. My daughter was like, is it ready yet? Like, no, it's not. Anyways, we're out. All right, come back.